What's going on, Raider Nation and NFL fans, TTC? Well, the dreaded news has come with the lockout being official, and the NFL has locked out the players. Some few final thoughts about this. This is not really talk about the Raiders specifically, for example, but these are just some final thoughts I have now that we're officially locked out. Things, of course, have been looking a little bit bleak, as we all know. This is very predictable, despite the whole extension thing of having the 24 hours extended and then another week of extension. The Players Association decertified itself, and then the lockout happened hours later. So, some things that'll be affected. Let me just first of all say the losers of this, of course. The big one is, of course, the players themselves and team. They pretty much can't work, as we all know, with what a lockout is. Hopefully something's wrong if you don't. So, players themselves, but specifically the veterans. A lot of the older guys, like Randy Moss, for example, or even Terrell Owens. Guys who are a lot older, that's another year of their life subtracted. And for them, of course, it's going to be harder on them being a year older, potentially, if there's no season. So, sadly for the players, of course, us as fans, especially if you're a pure NFL fan, and what I mean by pure is, of course, the NFL is your only sport that you pay attention to. I know for those of you out there who are, man, it sucks for you. So, not going to see, it's really painful for the fans, of course, because they, of course, have no role in this. But then let's look at some other employees, such as guys who work for the stadium or the referees, even the cheerleaders, for example. Can you imagine the industry for that, for the NFL? They'd have to find jobs elsewhere, whether it's working in another league, working somewhere else. So those are, your big losers of this whole situation. And also Las Vegas and all the sports bettings. Can't imagine all those websites and Las Vegas making money off of these games. Well, they're going to have to just rely on other sports for that, since I know the NFL gets a lot of betting. But now going on to actually some of the people who benefit from this, of course, first of all, would be the Cincinnati Bengals and their fans. I know that they've regressed really badly, and there's not much future or stuff to look forward to in that organization, so they're probably happy. Well, maybe not really, but the drama with Carson Palmer and all, it's pretty obvious that things are not looking good out there in Cincinnati. Some of the other winners from this would be some of the inexperienced, and say, for example, maybe the new head coaches. They could potentially have this year of kind of rest or meditation almost can make them one more year wiser with the job, potentially, all the inexperienced people. And then, of course, the big winners is any of the other sports, but specifically college football. I think the college football the industry itself will get a lot more ratings just because people want to watch the sport again. Even if the rules are different with the clock stopping after first down or only 1 foot in bounds, I think the college football concept will actually be a lot more popular than if this goes on. Of course, the players themselves could get jobs in the CFL or even the United Football League. Who knows if that even grows in popularity for one season because of this lockout. People just want to see the sport of football again. And then, of course, the other sports, which, of course, the MLB playoffs happen in October. The NHL season begins, which, that's always a good tip-off. But for once, the NBA, people could care about the NBA in the month of October and November. That's a first, because almost no one cares about the NBA in those the opening months. So even the ratings there will go up, which would be very odd in those perspectives. Also, some other losers, of course, as the draftees, and any of the prospects, if you want to say that. It's weird, because if they're drafted, they can be drafted by the teams, and there will be a draft at the end of the month, April, which, I'll be talking about when April comes. But if they're drafted, they cannot have a deal if they're still locked out. They can't sign money, and anyone who's undrafted cannot sign as well. So the undrafted players, they're going to have to try to find a job somewhere else, because they'll be unemployed if they're undrafted. So can you imagine that? It's also going to be weird. But still, with this whole industry and just the NFL in general, it's sad that a deal couldn't be done. I don't know all the technical details with this whole collective bargaining agreement, but I just knew that greed and money is a big role, and it's unfortunate that we're locked out as of right now, as I'm making this video. So, let me know what y'all be thinking about this lockout thing. And, the other thing affected, of course, here is the TTC itself and all the video making. What's going to happen there? I don't want to know. If we saw what just happened like 2 or 3 days after the season ended, I don't want to see it go for an entire calendar year. That's not going to be very fun. So it'll be interesting how this whole saga plays out since the Players Association decertified, their website is officially down or gone. Just go to NFLLockout.com for some minor details. And let me know what you guys think now that the lockout has happened. Keep your heads up. Just start watching some other sports when the fall comes, because I don't know how long this could go. It probably will go into September. I don't think any deal will get done unless it's done by law or by the courts, because I don't think they can negotiate a deal anymore. So let me know what you guys think. Sad day for NFL fans, though, regardless. So we'll see y'all later. Go Raiders, but I don't know, just might have a year of nothingness when it comes to the NFL. So see you guys later.